Namaste. Yeah, we're going to continue. This is the longest discourse that we've had. And there's been a lot of times when my higher self has chimed in to give you some guidance, to give us some guidance, because this for me as well, don't forget. So to continue with part 3 and the final part of Discourse XXVIII. Review in your experience the powerful determination you have had at times to accomplish success in the outer activity of things, and then realize how much more powerful your determination can generate to attain your eternal freedom. Believe me, beloved ones, when I say to you, there is but your human creation that stands between you and your freedom from all limitation. That creation is no greater an obstacle than you accept it to be. If you take away from that creation its power to limit you, any hour, any day, you may joyously step through the veil into your world of the electronic presence, so beautiful, so joyous, so filled with the dazzling light of its glorious presence, and move there forever in the light of eternal glory. Then, as you step back through the human veil for service in the outer activity, you will still continue to feel the glory of the transcendent being which you are. Then naught of your own outer condition or those about you will touch you or affect you in any way. My whole being thrills with this joyous anticipation for you, as I know with a definite certainty your attainment. To any who would let the suggestion of ignorance or other human beings turn them aside from the path, I wish to say, just remember what awaits you. That is within your ability to achieve and be. Remember again and again and again that as you grow into more and more intense acceptance of your mighty I Am presence, the outer problems which have seemed so terrifying will surely fade from appearance. Thus, not only is your problem solved, but every step gained in this way does not reappear. Instead, it becomes your eternal freedom. If it is financial freedom you crave, I plead with you to take the outer activity of your mind off the appearance and place it upon your mighty I Am presence, the only giver of all the mighty opulence there is. Stand firm and determined in this, and you will have all the money you desire to use. Life does not limit you. Opulence does not limit you. Love does not limit you. Therefore, why allow your human limiting concepts to bind you longer? Beloved children of the light, arise. In the mighty glory of thy true being, go forth a mighty conquering presence. Be the light of God that never fails. Move, clothed in the light of the transcendent glory of your God self, and be free. Benediction. Mighty I Am presence, transcendent in this Christ activity, we give to thee our eternal thanks and gratitude for thy love, glory, freedom, and all conscious ability and power to accept the fullness of glory made manifest in the outer activity of our lives, that we stand with firm determination in thy light, directed by thy wisdom, and forever sustained by thy transcendent love, anchored within our hearts. Well, another incredible discourse there, and we shall continue. We've got a fair few minutes left, 10 minutes left. Let's go for it. Discourse 24. Arcturus discourse on the musical festival at Soldiers Field. Arcturus is a star system, and the Arcturians are a 6th, 7th, and 8th, and even 9th. There's 9th density Arcturians, believe it or not. But they begin at 6th density, the density of light and unity, and they go up to 9th density, which is the density of all possibilities, all possible outcomes. It's the 9th density is the density of creation, when the unmanifest becomes manifest. Okay, so let's continue. August the 19th, 1934. It is Saint Germain's request that I voice to you the mighty accomplishment at the musical festival last night. May I first refer to my own humble efforts in conjunction with these at the Royal Teton on New Year's Day 2 years ago. It was then decreed that the centuries of progress exposition should be a focus for the constructive activity, which should ever expand and increase in intensity during the next 100 years. Bear in mind this was 1934. It's been around about 100 years. Another 10 years, and literally I've been shown 2030, I've been shown by my higher self, is when we truly ascend, is when the whole earth has the chance to ascend all at once, okay, from 2030 onwards, okay. The opening and lighting of it was the initial step that is to usher in the beautiful, magnificent golden age, which is signalized in that activity. This has made Soldiers Field sacred ground, a sacred altar of divine activity in the Western world, and so far as humanity at large is concerned, the hub of the whole of America. A volume could be voiced on all that took place and that which led up to last evening, but owing to the human sense of time, this must be greatly condensed, but an outline given. Before proceeding with this description, I wish to call your attention to the unparalleled number of pageants of all kinds, of many nationalities, that are being held in Soldiers Field this summer. These cover a period from the ascension of Jesus down to the present time. They give an acknowledgement of the ascension, which is the most vital thing and the culmination of all human experience. These pageants, from the human standpoint, are a calling forth of the latent memory in humanity at large and are a raising of the essence of that activity. How easy it is for humanity to pass over transcendent activities because of their unbelief, acknowledgement, or acceptance of the true perfection of life. For all life in manifestation is God in action. See, we need to start looking at things that everything is already perfect. Everything that is happening was supposed to be happening, and everything that is happening is a choice. We have free will choice, and the collective choice of humanity has been, for the last 200,000 years, to follow that of the darkness, of the negativity, of the descension path. We're now on the path of ascension, of evolution, of creation, not destruction, creation, ascension, not descension. Okay, so it's unparalleled times. To continue, unfortunately, however, it is more often coloured by human concepts of limitation and destructive qualities, which through the individual power of free will, everyone is at liberty to do. Their ere long, however, will be greatly reminded by the setting aside of the greater part of humanity free will, as it is known today. This will enable much of humanity to be awakened and saved from their own destruction. Here may I say that the students who think they can play with the great law because of their unwillingness to give the necessary self-discipline will find themselves unfortunate indeed if they attempt to, when once having entered upon the conscious path. The great law, which does not discriminate, takes individuals at their words and feelings. Those who think they can escape this are but deceiving themselves. The coming pageant of the Celts is really of great importance, for it enters into the vibratory action from the time of Jesus up to the present. The inner activity within and above Soldiers Field last night was one of the most divine activities since the advent of the Kumaras into the presence of the earth. Circle upon circle rose above the surface of the earth, and those seated within the field. The first circle was formed by the members of the Great White Brotherhood, in their golden robes, being those who outer forms have not yet made the ascension. Next came the ascended host of masters who have made the ascension. Then came the angel devas and 7 of the cherubim. In the circle above them contained 4 of gods of the mountains, 3 of whom you know, the other you shall know. And around these were the archangels, of whom the archangel Michael was the director. Surrounding the core of light, with the centre of the field extending for 200 feet within the earth and to 5,000 feet above, were Saint Germain, Jesus, the tall master from Venus, the great divine director, They were the dispensers of the mighty currents of energy sent to all parts of the earth to do their work with no uncertainty. During the singing of the holy city, the divine pattern of that which is to become the holy city upon earth was lowered into its position where it shall remain until it becomes a visible, vibrant city of light to the westward. The exact position of this I may not disclose at present time, but I assure you it was a mighty activity which will become a mighty reality to the humanity of Earth. During Dr. Thomas Solo's, that great vibratory action was taken up and re-echoed by a great, majestic, celestial chorus, whose radiance poured forth over America like a glistening shower of light to consume and bless. During the singing of the Hallelujah chorus, the entire activity was turned over to the direct dispensation of Jesus himself. I wish to assure you that the set pieces in colour were not just a human idea, but those responsible for their presence were inspired by the Ascended Masters, principally Saint Germain, in order to establish their renewed, powerful activity, which was intensified 1,000-fold more, to again act within the life, the soul, the light, from the heart to the periphery of America and the world. The representation of singing, the Declaration of Independence, was to bring before the conscious attention of the earth, and especially America, its unparalleled activity upon the earth, and to call it to the attention of the people of America that they might hold close to and stand by the original Constitution of the United States, which was and is a divine creation, until such time as the complete Ascended Master Constitution of the United States of America shall come forth as the advance of the Golden Age proceeds. And like I said, I've been shown that the true Golden Age, the worldwide Golden Age, could begin as early as 2030. It's up to us. It's up to us to spread the love and the light and to change our ways and to stop signing up for wars, to stop participating, to stop our consent. It's entirely our choice, whether it's going to be 2030 or 2040 or 2050, but we will ascend. The golden eagle and the shield represent the highest of divine protection for America, again re-established. The bell of liberty and the power of colour of blue represents the glorious liberty and freedom forever for America and the earth from all human selfishness, the instigator of which in every case is private profit, and the cause has been the same throughout all the ages. Isn't that the truth? World War I and World War II were for profit. Every war has been for profit. It's the biggest money-making business on earth. War is the biggest money-maker on earth. You know, think of the weapons sales, think of the food sales, think of the technological advances, you know, that are made during war. But see, even war has its purpose. It's crazy how all this works when you see it from the bigger picture, from the higher perspective. It's all about perspective. But Earth is certainly due a golden age. Okay, to continue, the four powerful blue rays that formed a canopy over the field, thought to be ordinary by the mass of humanity, represented that fourth dimensional activity brought into visibility upon Earth. And if it be necessary for the protection of America, the jewel in the heart of God, then that blazing light of 1,000 suns shall descend upon earth and consume all human inharmony and selfishness from the planet. This was going to happen because we were destroying ourselves, but we managed to ascend out of that. To continue, the fan of pink light at the beginning was qualified to serve in the entire activity, and the great love star stood above, shielding its rays through the tier above the tier of the great beings. I congratulate you and this good brother and those many students of our beloved Saint Germain, and I thank you for all your earnest, sincere work in behalf of the freedom of America. May the activity of those beloved students of light ever continue to expand until from this nucleus the light of its radiance covers America. And we're pretty much out of time, so I'm going to leave it there, and we shall finish off this discourse in part 4. Namaste.